New on BBC Two, Nick Knowles and Perfection.
Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind this screen are 4 contestants who'll be hoping their knowledge is flawless, because one single mistake could give the game away. This is Perfection. Hello and welcome to the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, one of them will be randomly selected to join me here to play Perfection. They'll then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said the Pacific is the largest of the world's oceans, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistake. So, you know how the game works. Let's meet the usual suspects.
My name is Simon. I'm from Central London. I'm a company director, and this is my first game.
Hi, my name is Mike. I'm from Ashford, Middlesex. I'm a fitness trainer, and this is my third game.
Hi, my name's Jim. I'm from Cwmbran in South Wales. I'm an NHS manager, and this is my third game.
Hi, my name's Claudine. I'm from Radlett in Hertfordshire. I'm mum to twins, Jack and Joanna, and this is also my third game.
OK, welcome to you all, and best of luck as we now find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play Perfection. Simon, it's you that's been chosen. Please come and play Perfection. Simon, welcome to the game. Straight in and straight out. Who do you trust up there?
I don't know. Now they're on the big screen here. They don't really look trustworthy, any of them.
None of them.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we'll see what happens, shall we?
Yeah, OK. Well, Simon, it's now you versus the usual suspects. Very briefly, they were your teammates. They're now your deadly enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund, because your failure will mean the prize money rolls over to the next game, where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total. Every game on Perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news for you. Nobody's won the last 2 games, so the prize fund currently stands at £3,000. Walking away with 3,000 would be good news, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good day's work.
And what would you spend it on?
I'm actually setting up a charity with a friend at the moment, so I'd like to try and put some of that aside for that, really.
Charity supporting?
Basically helping state school, sort of underprivileged students get into Oxbridge colleges.
Good luck with that, and good luck with the game. Here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects will have the chance to step in and steal the round, making the final much harder for you. More of that to follow later. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. Cheerio.
Bye.
And away they go. Simon, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
Great.
Each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds, and once you've given your answer, they'll be locked in. We take first answer, OK? You ready?
Yep, let's go.
Good. Let's play Perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. 72 Virgins is a novel by Boris Johnson. True or false?
I'm not sure. I'm going to go false on that one.
False. Brian Clough played football for England. True or false?
True.
True. On UK roads, the sign for give way is triangular.
False.
False. And finally, in Germany, Laurel and Hardy were known as Dick and Doof.
Crikey, I don't really know. They don't really have much of a sense of humour in Germany anyway. That sounds silly enough to be right, so I'm going to go for true.
True. Lovely. And with time to spare, Simon, you've answered all 4 statements. Good round for you, do you think?
I'm not really too sure, to be honest. First round nerves, maybe.
OK, well, look, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. And don't forget, they'll be able to hear everything you say from now on.
OK.
So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Simon's answers. Jim, has he achieved perfection?
No. I've been driving for 30 years, so I think there's C's definitely wrong.
Interesting. Simon, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Just the 2 out of the 4. So, Simon, unfortunately, you haven't managed perfection. You have now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, here's your chance. Can you steal the round? You can see Simon's answers. You need to change 2 of them, but which 2?
He's got B right.
B is right.
B is right, yeah.
OK. And Laurel and Hardy, I don't know, but it possibly could ring a bell, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about that one either.
The UK roads, I always thought instructions were triangular. So I think it's...
So what-
OK, well, that says 2. Let's definitely go for C. So, Nick, we'd like to change C, please, to read as true.
C changes from false to true, and you need one more.
Thank you.
D.
OK, Nick, we're going to go with D, please. For Laurel and Hardy, change that to false.
OK, D, you're changing from true to false, thus leaving
Yes,
A
please.
and B as they are.
Thank you.
Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. 72 Virgins is a novel by Boris Johnson. You chose false. Is it true or false? It's true. It was his debut novel in 2004. Oh dear, usual suspects. You had the chance to steal the round from Simon, but you failed to achieve perfection. How have you done at home? Shall we take a look and see? Brian Clough played football for England. True or false? It's true, absolutely. Mike was very sure of that. Do you know how many caps he had, Mike?
No.
2, I can tell you. 2 caps. On UK roads, the sign for give way is triangular. True or false? It is actually true. You're absolutely right, Jim. In Germany, Laurel and Hardy were known as Dick and Doof. Is that true or false? Of course, we now know. It's true. Should have stuck with it.
Oh, well.
Never mind.
We tried.
Dick and Doof means fat and stupid. Usual suspects. Had you achieved perfection, you would now have the opportunity to make Simon's chance of winning the prize fund much harder in the final. Here's how. Simon, this is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Behind each category will be a true or false statement, and you'll need to answer all 6 correctly to win the prize fund. Here are the final round categories, ranging through card games, athletics, Welshman. Had you achieved perfection, you would now have the opportunity to add 2 categories of your choice to the board. But because neither side won the round, the 2 categories that were due to be chosen will now be carried over to the next round, meaning 4 categories will be on offer. Usual suspects, it's time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2.
Bye.
And away they go. Simon, with the usual suspects gone, what do you really fancy up there?
Well, I do a lot in IT, so I guess computers. I'm quite involved with politics, so I guess politicians.
Interesting.
And I
okay.
eat biscuits. So
You eat biscuits. So that might be,
that might be okay.
Yes, OK, I could join you in that subject, certainly. Are you ready for the next round?
Yes, that's good.
Jolly good. Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. The meat veal comes from deer.
False.
False. The World War II Pearl Harbor attack took place in 1945.
False. It was 1941.
False. A young Tom Cruise appeared briefly in Jaws. True or false?
He would have been about 3 years old. I think I'm going to say false.
False. And finally, Ben Nevis is more than a kilometre in height.
I say true.
True. And with plenty of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. Hello, usual suspects.
Hello.
These were the 4 statements, and next to them are Simon's answers. Jim, how's he done?
He's doing pretty well. I know he's got D right, so I think he's done well on this round.
Mike, has he achieved perfection?
No, he hasn't. I actually disagree with Jim. I think D is wrong.
Interesting. OK. Simon, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Congratulations, Simon. You've achieved perfection. That's what the game's all about. Let's have a look at those answers in a bit more detail, shall we? The meat veal comes from deer. We now know, of course, that that is false. It comes from calves. The World War II Pearl Harbor attack took place in 1945. When did you say it took place?
41.
December 1941 is correct, which means that the answer to that is false, which you got right. A young Tom Cruise appeared briefly in Jaws. You said that was false, and of course it was false. He wasn't in it at all. Ben Nevis is more than a kilometre in height. You said that was true. It is absolutely true. Bad luck, usual suspects. He did well there, didn't he?
He did very well.
Yes, he's on a bit of a roll. Simon, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier. Let's see the final board. Because you won the round, you now have earned the right to choose 4 categories to add to the board. That's 2 from this round and 2 that rolled over from round 1. That was a good round to win. So, which 4 do you fancy playing for?
OK, let's go for politicians.
Politicians.
Animation.
Animation goes across.
Computers.
Computers is the 3rd of 6. We need 1 more in this round.
Cars.
Cars. Lovely. The usual suspects. I'm now going to switch you off. We'll see if you do better in the next round.
Bye.
Simon, well done. Are you ready to play whilst you're on a roll?
Great, let's go.
Good. Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. Beachy Head is one of the White Cliffs of Dover. True or false?
I'm not sure. I think we'll say true.
True. Queen Victoria came to the throne at the age of 18.
She's very young. I think it was true.
True. Telly Savalas was Jennifer Aniston's godfather. True or false?
Who would know this? I think I'm going to go false.
False. Spy novel author Len Deighton wrote cookbooks. Is that true or false?
True.
Close on time. You're saying true. Lovely. I spoke over you then, but only because I wanted to remind you that your time was starting to run out. Nevertheless, Simon, you've answered all 4 statements. Good with that?
I'm really not sure on any of those.
OK. Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Simon's answers. Claudine, has he achieved perfection?
I'm not sure. He may well have done. I've never heard before that Telly Savalas was Jennifer Aniston's godfather, so I would believe that that is false.
Interesting. Well, we'll find out now, shall we? Simon, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Simon, you didn't quite manage perfection this time round. You've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal this round? You need to change 2 of them, but which 2?
So what do you think about A, then, about Beachy Heads?
I don't know.
It's one of the White
To be honest
Cliffs.
with you.
Well, Beachy Head is on the White Cliffs of Dover, isn't it? But is it one of the White Cliffs of Dover?
I have to leave it up to you guys.
Yeah.
I really don't
Yes,
know.
OK.
That's a guess.
And again, C, I've never heard Telly Savalas, and I think we would have known that, so I would believe that he's got that right
False.
to say that's false.
So you go with A and D?
OK, yes, it seems unusual, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
OK, Nick,
Yes.
we're very unsure about ourselves on this round.
Right.
That we're going to start with D, please, and change that to false. We believe Len Deighton didn't write cookbooks.
OK, D, you're changing from true to false. Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
one other?
And should we go for A, guys?
Yeah.
Again, with not much conviction, we're going to change A, please, to false.
A, you're changing from true to
Thank
false,
you.
leaving B and C true and false as originally chosen by Simon. Interesting. OK, usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Beachy Head is one of the White Cliffs of Dover. Usual suspects, you decided to change the answer from true to false. You need it to go red. Is it true or false? Yes. It is false.
Well done.
It's all right.
It's in East Sussex, not far away from Eastbourne, actually. But doesn't matter how you get to the correct answer, you did it. Queen Victoria came to the throne at the age of 18. Is that true or false? Yes. It is true, in actual fact. So we're down to the last 2. Telly Savalas was Jennifer Aniston's godfather. Simon said false. You stuck with false on the basis that you would have heard if he was. Is it true or false?
Yes.
It's true. Oh dear, usual suspects. You had the chance to steal the round from Simon, but you failed to achieve Perfection. Telly Savalas was Jennifer Aniston's godfather. Have you achieved perfection at home? Should we find out? Spy novel author Len Dayton wrote cookbooks, so we now know which way that's going to go, don't we? Absolutely true. He did write some cookbooks. Usual suspects. Had you achieved perfection, you would now have the opportunity to make Simon's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final. Let's have a look at the final board. So far, it contains 4 categories chosen by Simon. So nobody managed to win round 3, meaning we have 2 blank spaces still to be filled. To fill those blank spaces, you'll take it in turn to choose a category. So, Simon, as the single player, you get to choose first. What do you fancy to take across?
I think I'm going to go for ships.
Ships is going across to make the 5th of 6. And usual suspects. This is your one opportunity to choose a category that you think will cause Simon trouble. What's it going to be?
Athletics.
Well, I think he might know some things, so...
I don't think he will.
Because it's from Guernsey, central London.
Yes.
Company director, not much time to watch sport. More likely to be watching financial news, all that sort of stuff.
I would have gone for Welshman, you see.
I think, trust me, athletics.
Athletics?
Yeah,
OK.
We'll go with that.
Well, we've done well so far as a team, so we're going to go and stick with Mick's suggestion. We're going to go with athletics, Nick, please.
Athletics, thank you. And you are becoming a team, aren't you, having been there for a while?
Yeah.
We're family.
Yes, all right, interesting. OK, that's your one attempt to upset the apple cart. We now have our 6 final categories. They are politicians, animation, computers, cars, ships and athletics. Usual suspects. It's time to switch you off for the final time. Cheerio.
Bye.
OK, well, Simon, for £3,000, it's time to play the final. Simon, this is the all-important final. If you could achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £3,000. If you fail, you will be leaving with nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £4,000 on the next game, something you don't want to happen. Let's play the final round. Simon, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £3,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit. Once you've given an answer, it will be locked in. First answer, yes?
Yes.
You ready?
OK.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Politicians. Tony Blair was born in the 1950s. True or false?
Right. He's still in his 50s, isn't he? So I think he would have been born either beginning or mid-1950s. So I think that's true.
True. Animation. Tom and Jerry were created by Walt Disney.
No, I can't remember who created them, but it definitely wasn't Walt Disney, so I'm going to say that's false.
False. Computers. A megabyte is more than a gigabyte.
No, that's a gigabyte is 1,000 megabytes, so therefore that statement is false.
False. Cars. The first Morris Mini Minor was built in the 1950s.
Now, the Morris Minor, I think, was definitely built in the 1950s, so I think that statement is true.
You're saying true?
True.
Thank you. Ships. The Mayflower was the first ship to reach America. True or false?
That is false.
And finally, athletics. The decathlon includes 4 track races.
OK, there's sprint. I think there's hurdles. I think there's either 400 or 800. I think there's a longer one as well. So I'm going to go true with that.
True. Simon, those answers are locked in. Remember, if there is one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Let's bring back the usual suspects to see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Simon's answers. Simon, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Simon's done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it will cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Simon, who would you like to hear from first?
Let's hear from Mike, first of all.
I think he's done very well. And if I'm being honest, I think he's hit the jackpot. He has achieved perfection.
Ooh, now Mike thinks you're going home with the cash. That's interesting. Do you want to hear from anyone else?
I'll hear from Jim, if that's possible.
I do think he's done very well, but I've got a query on one of the questions.
OK. In which case, would you like to come down for some cash?
No, because although I've got a query on it, I'm not 100% sure. And knowing Simon's going for charity and I'm going for charity, I think I'll let Simon ride this one out.
Interesting. OK. Do you want to hear from Claudine?
Yes, please.
Well, I think you've done very well, Simon. I believe you may have achieved perfection, so you won't need my help.
Wow. Re-endorsement from the usual suspects there. Even if they think you've actually got them all right, they could have actually said you got something wrong, come down and just take the cash.
Oh, they're honest people.
They are,
I take it back.
despite what you said about it. OK, so no offers from the usual suspects. Do you want to offer them more cash, or are you happy to go it alone?
They all seem, apart from Jim, who only wanted to query one of my answers, sowing seeds of doubt in my mind. I think I'm going to stick with these answers and see how we go.
All right, smashing. Thank you very much. Simon, you've decided to go it alone. £3,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Let's start at the top, shall we? Tony Blair was born in the 1950s. You did some mathematics of your own to try and work that out. You finally said true. Therefore, we need this to turn green to kick you off to a good start. Is it true or false? It is true. Born in 1953. Great start. Well done. OK, Tom and Jerry were created by Walt Disney. You said false. You thought they were created by somebody else, so we need this to turn red. Is it true or false? It is false. Hanna-Barbera, whilst working at MGM, came up with Tom and Jerry. Well done. So we then move on to the computing question, which you seem very confident about. A megabyte is more than a gigabyte. Well, if you don't know this, then no one's going to.
Yeah, I would job.
So you said it was false. Is it true or false? It is false. It is, in fact, the other way round, as you suggested. OK. We move on to D. The first Morris Mini Miner was built in the 1950s. You said that was true. We need this to turn green to keep you on the way to the big money. If it turns red, you go home without any money at all. The first Morris Mini Miner was built in the 1950s. Is that true or false? It's true. First built in 1959. The Mayflower was the first ship to reach America. Now, you said false to this. Why did you say false?
Well, I think the Mayflower and the Santa Maria and the other one, that's where the Pilgrims went over, but they'd already been to America before then, so I think...
That was the theory.
That's the theory.
We need this to turn red if we're going to carry on towards the cash. If it turns green, you've lost the money. The Mayflower was the first ship to reach America. Is that true or false? It is false. Yes, there's thought there are a number of ships that actually reached America before the Mayflower. Now, we come down to the nitty-gritty. We're down to your last statement and your last answer. The decathlon includes 4 track races. You stood here and tried to work out which ones they were. You said true. If this turns red, you still go home with no money at all, and the money rolls over for the usual suspects. If it turns green, you're going home with how much?
A lot of Morris Miners. £3,000.
£3,000 in cash. It all comes down to this one statement. The decathlon includes 4 track races. Is it true or false? It's true. Congratulations. You have achieved perfection. You have won £3,000. Brilliant. Wow. That's the way to do it. A perfect board. Did it all by yourself?
I feel I can do a decathlon by myself now.
That's a great effort. You got all the answers correct. £3,000. And you say that that's going towards a charity?
Yep, helping to start up a charity, so...
To try and get people from state
schools, because the problem is some of these posh schools, they help kids get into top universities, they give them coaching. Go to a state school, sometimes you get nothing. You literally just get sent off for an interview and have to do it all yourself. So we're helping to coach them, do the applications forms for them, and hopefully get some people into higher education that should be there.
Good for you. Fantastic. Well, congratulations. Unfortunately, Usual Suspects, the prize fund has been won, so we reset the total back to £1,000 in our next game. Congratulations, Simon. You have achieved perfection. Simon, everybody. Well, it's now time to meet the next Usual Suspect, hoping to play perfection today. New Usual Suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Nick. My name's Danny. I'm from Essex and I'm a London cab driver.
Danny, welcome. The last person through here thought they looked a bit dodgy. You're a London cab driver. You've got to weigh up your customers fairly quickly. What do you think? Would you get a tip out of this lot?
Yeah, no.
Splendid. OK, well, look, best of luck to you as we all now find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play perfection. Jim, it's you. Please come down and join us to play perfection. Jim, welcome to the game.
Thank you.
Not a Usual Suspect anymore. You're down here.
Yeah, down here, and I
right.
can see their faces now.
Ready to play for the cash?
Yes, definitely.
Every game on perfection is worth £1,000. Unfortunately for you, the previous game was won, so the prize fund is reset to £1,000. But it's good money, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine. No problem.
If you won it, what would you spend it on?
Some of it's going to the church I belong to. Some of it's going to a hospice I'm a trustee of, and some of it's going for a little bit of a holiday with the family.
Nice. OK, 3 rounds and a final to come. Usual Suspects. We're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything. Cheerio.
Bye.
And away they go. Jim, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
OK, yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, fine.
Let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. Robin Hood's motto is all for one and one for all.
False.
False. The metacarpals are bones in the human foot. True or false?
Oh, my word. Metacarpals. False.
False. 3 words is the title of an album by Cheryl Cole.
True.
True. And finally, the FA Cup was first won in the 19th century.
True.
True, and with plenty of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements, Jim. That was a good round, wasn't it?
Well, it was, but I'm a nurse by background, and I'm really worried about B now.
That's one you wouldn't really want to...
I know.
Want to get wrong one way or the other, would you? What are you worried about, then?
Well, I was trying to work metacarpals, metatarsals, so I've gone for carpals. I think it's the fingers, I think.
OK. Well, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the Usual Suspects. Hello, Usual Suspects. Hello. These were the 4 statements, and next to them are Jim's answers. So, Danny, you're new on the block. Has he achieved perfection?
No, I don't think so. No, I think that he's got B wrong.
Interesting. Jim, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got right. Jim, congratulations. That's the way to do it. You've achieved perfection. Let's have a look at those answers in a bit more detail, shall we? Robin Hood's motto is all for one and one for all. Obviously, that's false. Whose motto was it, you know?
No, I can see it, but I can't remember it. So.
3 Musketeers.
That's right. That's right.
The metacarpals are bones in the human foot. You were sweating on this one. You said false. It is false. They are, of course, in the hand. 3 words is the title of an album by Cheryl Cole. It was absolutely true. And the FA Cup was first won in the 19th century. It's true. 1872.
Yeah.
As early as that. OK, bad luck, Usual Suspects. He's done very well, hasn't he?
Very
well
good.
indeed.
Mike, you reckon you can have him in the next one, do you?
Most definitely.
All right,
I'm coming for you, Jim.
Jim, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier, and here's how. This is your final board. Here are your final round categories, ranging through boy bands, nuclear power, reality TV, etc., etc. Because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose 2 categories to add to the board. Which 2 do you fancy?
We'll go for jobs.
Jobs.
And words.
And words. Usual Suspects, you've seen the 2 he's chosen. That's it for the moment. We'll see you in the next round.
Bye.
Bye.
What do you think of the categories on offer? Anything you want to avoid?
Well, we're trying to avoid boy bands.
Really? After Cheryl Cole, I thought you'd be all over that.
No. We'll miss boy bands. and Radio 1. I'm a Radio 2 listener, you see.
Are you? OK. All right, well, Jim, you've made a great start to the game.
Yeah.
Shall we keep the ball rolling?
Yeah.
Good, let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. The planet Mars has 2 moons.
True.
True. The crossword puzzle was invented in the 1700s. True or false?
True.
True. General Franco is a former Prime Minister of Argentina.
False.
False. And finally, in Dorset, the River Piddle runs through Puddletown.
Piddle. Dorset. True.
True. And Jim, you've answered all 4 statements. Good round?
There's a guess in there.
Which one?
The Dorset River Piddle. I'm trying to think about driving through Dorset, but I'm not 100% sure on that one.
OK, well, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Jim's answers. Claudine, has he achieved perfection?
I really don't know. These questions have got me baffled, but question D did make me laugh, but I don't know whether it's true or false.
Danny, has he got any wrong?
I think he's got perfection. But I agree with Claudine. D's just a great question.
OK, Jim, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got right. Jim, you failed to achieve perfection. 3 out of 4 just isn't good enough. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Jim's answers. You need to change just one of them. But which one?
Crosswords, puzzles, newspapers. I can't see many crosswords being around in the 1700s. That's just a hunch.
OK.
I'm not 100%.
Danny?
Yeah, no, I'm with Mike.
Yeah.
Although, yeah.
None of the others?
I think that would
Piddle
be
and
better things to
Puddletown's
do.
got to be true because he's so ridiculous.
It does make me laugh, and I also don't know. But I'm with you. Well, Nick?
Yes?
We're going to go with B, with the crosswords, please. We'd like to change that to false.
You're changing B from true to false,
Yes,
thus
please.
leaving A, C and D as Jim answered. Shall we find out what the correct answers are? The planet Mars has 2 moons. Is that true or false? It is true. The crossword puzzle was invented in the 1700s. This is the one that matters, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
You said false. You need this to turn red. Is it true or false?
Yes!
It is false.
Told you, Jim, I'm coming for you.
Actually, it was as late as 1913 in a newspaper. You're quite right. General Franco is a former Prime Minister of Argentina. True or false? Of course, it is false. He's Prime Minister of Spain. In Dorset, the River Piddle runs through Puddletown, one of our favourite questions ever on the show. And is it true or false? It is, of course, true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Jim, not so good for you.
No.
Usual suspects have succeeded where you failed, and they've stolen that round. Because you won the round, you've earned the right, usual suspects, to choose the next 2 categories to add to the board. What's going to cause Jim trouble in the final?
What do you feel, guys?
Obviously, boy bands on nuclear power, I like.
Nuclear
Oh.
power. I think comic strips, I can't imagine Jim has read a lot of comics.
Oh, we've got a few to choose from because...
I think you've pretty much covered all of them there, haven't you?
It won't-
well, Jim and I
it's
about
because
boy
Jim
bands.
is
I
so
can't see him
clever.
being into a
Actually,
boy band.
that's true,
person.
yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah,
All right,
boy
well,
bands, that's a good
we're going to
one.
go for boy bands because I don't think Jim's a really boy band type of guy.
Lovely, thank you very much. Boy bands goes across.
And as our second one, can we go with comic strips, please?
Thank you very much. That goes across to make the 4th of 6. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've won the second round. It's gone very well for you. It's time to switch you off, but we will, of course, see you in round 3. It's important you get this one right, yes, to tip the balance in your favour.
Yeah.
You ready to play the next round?
Yeah, definitely.
Good, let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. The Simpsons was first shown in 1983.
False.
False. The main ingredient in guacamole is avocado.
True.
True. Damon Hill won the Formula 1 World Championship twice.
True.
True. And finally, Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling.
True.
True. Thank you very much. And with not much past halfway, you've answered all 4 statements. Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. These are the 4 statements, and next to them are Jim's answers. Mike, how's he done?
He's definitely got C wrong.
Interesting. OK, Jim, let's find out how many you've got correct. Just 3 of the 4 once again. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Jim's answers. You need to change just one of them.
Mike, you thought C. How positive are you?
I would bet my house on C.
Well, Nick, on that comment, as a team, Danny, you in agreement with this? Yeah. We're going for C, please. Change that to false.
Lovely. C is being changed from true to false. That means that A, B and D remain the same. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are, shall we? The Simpsons was first shown in 1983. You said false. Usual suspects agreed with you, Jim, there. Is it true or false? You need it to turn red. It is false. 1987, it was actually first shown. The main ingredient in guacamole is avocado. You stuck with Jim's answer there with true. Is it true or false? It is absolutely true. Damon Hill won the Formula 1 World Championship twice. Usual suspects, you need this to turn red, as you said false. Is it true or false? It is false. And we know where this is going now. Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling. Is that true or false? It is, of course, true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Just to clear up, Damon Hill won the Formula 1 World Championship just the one time. Jim, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed and they've stolen the round. Let's see the final board. Usual suspects. Which 2 would you like Jim to play in the final?
You mentioned horses last time. Do you want to choose that?
Yeah, I think
horses is good.
OK. Well, Nick, our first choice will be horses, please.
Horses becomes your penultimate subject category.
I don't think he'd have much time for reality TV.
Cool.
Yeah.
OK, yeah, thank you. OK, well, then our final choice for Jim is going to be reality TV.
Lovely. Reality
Thanks,
TV
Nick.
goes across to complete the final board. We now know our 6 final categories. They are jobs, words, boy bands, comic strips, horses and reality TV. OK, guys, it's time to switch you off for the final time.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, Jim, for £1,000, it's time to play the final. Jim, this is the all-important final. If you could achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £1,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which, of course, would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £2,000 on the next game. You ready?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Let's play the final round. Here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £1,000.
Yep.
Think carefully, there's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in. Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Jobs. Coppicing is another name for police work.
False. I think coppice is woods, and so it's about fencing and stuff.
OK, false, thank you. Words. The word shampoo is derived from Hindi.
That's true.
True. Moving on, boy bands. The letters JLS stand for Just Let Us Sing.
True.
True. Comic strips. The Mekong was the arch enemy of Dan Dare.
True.
True. You seem very confident about that.
Sure, I've read that one. Know about that one.
Horses.
Yeah.
Vienna is home to the famous Spanish riding school.
Vienna. Spanish. False.
You're saying false.
Yeah.
And finally, reality TV. Peter Andre won Celebrity Big Brother.
False. He was on The Jungle, wasn't he? He was in The Jungle. Yeah, so false.
False.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Those answers are now locked in. Remember, if there is one single mistake, you leave with nothing.
Yep.
Let's bring back the usual suspects to see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Jim's answers. Jim, your answers are now locked in and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Remember, all of you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Jim's done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it will cost. So, Jim, who would you like to hear from first?
I think Danny.
I think you've got 2 wrong, and I've got no intention of coming down there to help you.
I thought that might be your answer, Danny.
Any particular reason, Danny?
Because I want money for myself and more than what Jim's got.
Very succinctly and beautifully put, Danny. Thank you very much. Do you want to hear from anyone else?
Claudine.
Jim, I'm not too sure about one of them. I think you may have it wrong, but I'm not completely convinced to come down and stand behind my convictions, so I won't come down and help you, and I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Thank you. And Mike.
Jim, I think you've got 2 wrong, and this is the most comfortable chair I've ever sat on. And I think I'm going to stay right here.
OK.
But good luck.
Thank you.
Interesting. You've got £1,000 to spend.
Yeah.
Do you want to try throwing a large chunk of it at anyone to get them down, or are you going to go
No,
they could be bluffing.
Yeah, they could be, but they look all comfortable up there. So I'll take my chances. If they're right, they're right. If they're wrong, they're wrong.
OK, £1,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Right, let's start at the top. Coppicing is another name for police work. You said false. You were fairly confident that coppicing is something to do with...
Fencing or woods or something.
Woodlands, fencing, something like that. You said false. We need this to turn red. It is, in fact, false. It's a forestry or gardening term. You're quite right. So, the word shampoo is derived from Hindi. Again, you were very quick on this one. You said true.
Yeah.
So you need this to turn green to keep heading towards the cash. It is true. It's actually to do with oils and massage of the scalp, but that's where it comes from, Hindi. Very good, 2 out of 2. You are well on the way. Then we come to the one you were worried about. The letters JLS stand for Just Let Us Sing.
Yeah.
This is the one that worried you, isn't it?
Yeah, big time.
So let's skip it and move on to D. The beaker was the arch enemy of Dan Dare. You said true. You remember reading this, do you?
I'm sure the Meekon and Dan Dare were together.
Is it true or false? It's true. Well done. You are halfway to the cash. OK, let's move on. Vienna is home to the famous Spanish riding school. You said false. To keep going towards the cash, you need this to turn red. Is it true or false? It's true. It is, in fact, true. Counterintuitive as it seems, in actual fact, the Spanish riding school is in Vienna, and the reason is because the Lipizzaner, the breed of horse, is a Spanish breed of horse. So I'm afraid that's it. You've failed to win the cash on this occasion.
No problem.
I wonder how you're doing at home. Can you still achieve perfection? Peter Andre won Celebrity Big Brother. You said that was false. It is actually false. He was in on the Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which is the jungle one you're referring to, but he didn't win that either.
No.
Either way, it didn't make any difference. Let's go back to the one and put you out of your misery then, shall we? The letters JLS stand for Just Let Us Sing. You said that was true, but to be honest, it was something of a guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a huge guess.
Was it true or false? It was, in fact, false. It stands for Jack the Lad Swing, interestingly. Either way, it didn't matter at this stage because already you'd got one wrong. You'd actually managed to get 4 out of 6, but we only pay for perfection, and I'm afraid on this occasion you failed to achieve that. Usual suspects, that's good news for you, though. Yeah.
Yes.
The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for £2,000. Pleased with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Jim, you failed to achieve perfection, which means that you go home with nothing, unfortunately. But you enjoyed yourself here?
It's been fantastic.
Thank you for playing, Jim, everybody.
Yep, thank you.
I'm afraid that's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £2,000. But remember, on this show, we only pay for perfection. Goodbye.
tonight, underwater with seals and starfish, with Simon King's Shetland Diaries at 7. But coming up on BBC Two, James Lewis has his eye on more African tribal art, but Kate Bliss has a few Scottish gems up her sleeve. Day 2 of the Antiques Road Trip next.